You're listening to the Claret and Big Blue podcast on the Pass the Gravy Podcast Network.
Who do you think you are? I am!
Goat's vagina, that thing was huge.
You said that, not me.
Just come up, taken away by Wigsland TV! Oh, it's glorious!
Play action, over the middle, touchdown Giants!
Give me a hell yeah!
And we are live.
We'll do it live!
Welcome everyone to Claret and Big Blue, probably the only podcast on the internet dedicated to West Ham United and the New York Giants. That's right, football and football, balls for everyone's taste. I am Mike Fish and I am joined as always by the content king himself, Mr. Alex Middleton. Alex, how you doing, buddy?
What's up, dude? Good to be back in the saddle again. I think that
The
was
boys are back
Bon
in
Jovi
town.
said that. Yeah, Bon Jovi also wrote that song.
Yeah, I thought it was Thin Lizzy. But he
No,
was
it was
in
Bon
Thin Lizzy.
Jovi. Yeah, he was in it.
People don't know that. How you been? It's been like a month, man. How you been?
Pretty good. Staying busy. I'm doing like a billion podcasts now. No big deal, but you're doing a whole nother podcast. So like, yeah, we're both just podcasting away, dude.
I don't know how you do it. Like this week, because so get to the inside. What's that called? Like behind. What was that?
Breaking the fourth wall.
Breaking the fourth. No, but that was the. What was that? Like
Behind the
documentary interview
curtain.
thing.
Inside the
Behind-
actor's studio.
There we go. Bringing you inside the podcaster's studio.
The
So,
Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe.
my wife and her family are in Hawaii right now, enjoying themselves. I stayed behind because I don't, America sucks and we don't get enough vacation time at work. So I had to save that time to go visit my parents because I haven't seen them for 2 years. Because there's a thing going on right now still.
Yeah, that's what I heard of.
So I'm like bored as fuck. So I was like, I'm gonna fill my time, and so I created. So I've been doing so I do my Waffle Box podcast, but then I did this is a clever. So we do a late night syrup. So
like
on
it.
Twitch, I just do interviews late nights on anyone who wants to be interviewed, and so I did that last night from 11 till like 12:30, and then I'm doing this, and then after this I'm recording Waffle Box for tomorrow, and then Thursday I've got another one. With a guy from the Greatest Movie podcast, blah blah blah, and that's only 4.
Nice.
And I'm like, Jesus Christ! But you're like, we worked it out. You're on 11 podcasts this week.
Well, really,
11.
it's just like 6, and then I do like my job is morning radio, so that's not like a podcast.
But you turn it into a podcast, so you can
I
count.
mean, it's like
it to make
it's
it
a
impressive.
replay.
But you're still recording it.
I guess so. That's like my job. Like I enjoy it. I love doing that. I wouldn't consider that a podcast though.
But so you was on, what was on? Beer, sports, whatever. Is that
I was on-
Beer, sports, whatever?
Yeah, beer, sports, whatever. Yesterday with Michael Brown, we were hanging out for a while. That was cool. I'm the first 3-time guest on that show, so big shout out to me. I didn't know that until yesterday,
I know,
but
I
that was cool.
once.
Well, maybe he'll invite you next time. Maybe he wants to talk soccer. Like I did that. I do Pass the Gravy Bro. That's 3 times, like Sunday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and then Wednesdays I do Pass the Gravy, and then Tuesdays I do this. So it's like 6 podcasts this week. Good thing I enjoy doing it.
Yeah, and I'm sure your missus is like enjoying the 6 times a week where she's having to listen to you only one half the conversation. You'd be like, what the fuck is he talking
Well, she's
about?
on Pass the Gravy Bro, so
She is.
does get to be a part of that.
She is, and Pat's on there quite a lot. So
Yeah, sometimes.
he's trying to get in on your content king status. He's
Yeah, he
trying
can
to
do it.
Piggyback.
I'm cool with it. Anybody wants to help.
How long's that got left to go? Their biggest brother.
I would say they're about a third of the way.
Oh shit! Because what's that been going on for like 2 weeks now? So what? It's another.
This
4
is week
weeks left?
5. Week 5 of it. They usually go to about 12 weeks.
Jesus Christ! It's been fine. So what? So you was doing it before we ended our first season?
Yeah.
Really? Was you?
Yep.
That doesn't correlate in my brain. Whatever.
Well, maybe because you weren't paying attention, bro.
I don't watch it. Maybe I'll check it out because I'll be bored as fuck. Like yesterday, I was so bored. I got in my car and drove 20 minutes to Target just to buy a small bag of dog treats, and I drove back again. Like, I could have gone somewhere closer, but I was like, fuck it, I'm bored. Let me just kill some time.
I'm going to Target.
That's how bored I am that I was looking forward to going to Target.
Yeah, just watch
Jeez.
Big Brother then, dude, and then you can
Maybe I
listen
will.
to Pass You, Bro.
When's is that on NBC?
CBS, Paramount
CBS.
Plus.
At 9 o'clock?
It's
9
8 o'clock your time, I guess.
Wait,
8
what time
o'clock
is it your
Eastern.
time?
7.
Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Maybe I'll check it. Is there any drama? Any?
Oh, there's drama. There's drama, all right.
Has there been any fisticuffs?
No fisticuffs, but some stuff's going down this week.
Oh shit! Maybe I will check it out. 8
Yeah.
o'clock, live on CBS. But do you know what else is back? Sports. I mean,
Yeah,
sports has
man.
really gone away because we had the Euros, the Copa America, the Gold Cup, the Olympics. It's been sports, man. Summer. Speaking of the
Lots of
did you watch-
sports.
Did you? I know you were very proud of the Americans how they did in the old Olympics. But did you watch much of it, or was you just kind of like
Yeah, Olympic champions, I think you mean. That's what the U.S. is. I watched the Olympics like almost every day.
Did you watch? Because I found out about it late, so I'm like binge watching it. Did you watch the Kevin Hart and Snoop Dogg highlight show?
I saw a couple of them.
That's
It was pretty
fantastic.
funny.
It's great. If you haven't watched it and you want to catch up on what happened in the Olympics, it's already over. I didn't realize it was over that quick. That's what she said.
It's 2 weeks.
But yeah, 2 weeks. One on, in and out. Boom. I didn't even see any of the elastic. I didn't see any of that 100-meter sprint. That's normally my favorite thing to watch. Who won it? Spoiler alert. Spoil it for me. Who won?
The 100-meter sprint? Yeah. I don't know.
Oh.
I just know where the U.S. won the most golds and overall medals, and that's all that matters.
So you was a stereotypical American. If America weren't winning it, flick the channel.
Sorta, yeah. Depending on what it was. If it was something cool, I'd watch it.
Joe, I did watch though. It was hilarious. I felt bad. I shouldn't have been laughing, but there was like the discus throw.
Mm-hmm.
I was watching it, and it was pouring with rain, and they didn't stop the competition. So you just had all these people doing the spinny thing and then falling over. There was about 6 or 7 of them in a row, and eventually there's like, okay, maybe we need to stop.
All right,
It
let's
was
not do
hilarious.
that. Yeah,
It was like
that's pretty funny. I didn't know they did that.
If they put the Benny Hill theme song over that'd have been even better. So yeah, Giants and West Ham back this week, so we can finally watch them again. But so should we talk about? Should we look forward to the Giants preseason, or do you want to talk about West Ham for a little bit? What do you want to?
Let's talk Giants first. Let's go Giants first.
Obviously, we've signed some more free agents, and Saquon Barkley is back in the saddle. His little practices. I've been watching those videos on repeat of where all he does is like jog 10 yards and just catches a really soft throw. But I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
Saquon's
he
back.
scored a touchdown today. Graham Gano was like, "Hey, I practiced my extra points because Saquon came back. He's going to score a lot of tutties this year, so it's good to see Saquon back. They're going to ease him in. I wouldn't expect him to play this weekend against the Jets. But I don't think he necessarily needs to play preseason. Like, maybe he just hangs out a little bit. Let's not risk getting Saquon hurt. But I think he'll be able to go week 1.
Oh yeah. I mean, realistically, what preseason games? You're gonna see like Danny Dimes is probably gonna maybe do like 3 or 4 snaps, and then he'll be put on the bench to rest.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be a major thing. But I'm still like no season before. I don't know why, but I am so hyped to watch that Jets game on Saturday. Even though it means nothing, but I'm just excited just to see whether Kadarius Toney.
Yeah.
What he can do.
I wouldn't expect them to get too much, but we have an abundance of wide receivers, so we're gonna have a lot of them having to kind of just play later into the game, just because like we have so many, which is a good problem to have. We haven't had that issue in a long time, and you can't ever have like too many receivers.
It's nice to follow a team that has depth. We'll get into that.
Right.
Later. We'll get into that later. But again, I'm pretty sure I mentioned it before we took our break, but just from watching some of the videos from the training camp, I am so excited to see, because it's going to happen at some point this season, with the old fake play and then throw it to Kadarius Toney and he launches like some 70-yard throw or some shit. We're gonna get some of that this year. It's gonna.
Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about that. That's bound to happen at a certain point this year, but I don't think we're gonna see it in preseason.
You don't think we're gonna see? I was kind of expecting.
You don't want to give anybody like a read, and then they're like, "Well, they did try this in the preseason."
Oh, okay.
You know, like,
so you mean you're not going to see that?
You don't want to show your hand.
No, yeah. But I thought you meant we wasn't going to see him at all during the preseason.
No, I definitely think we could see something like that from him during the regular season. I just don't think you like pull out those tricks in the preseason.
No, but to what I said previous seasons, especially last season, was that we was very one-dimensional offensively, and we got found out a lot. Whereas now this season, where we have an abundance of wide receivers, we have Saquon and other running backs back, and then we have that in our back pocket of Kadarius Toney can throw like a motherfucker. We actually have some like multiple angles at which we can go at defenses, and it's kind of exciting.
Yeah, I mean, if that offensive line is really like what I think it comes down to at the end of the day, again, like it's all about that. And if we can get an offensive line that's gonna like I think they've been kind of banged up in the preseason and training camp and stuff. If we can get healthy, if we can get guys going and like actually defending or actually like blocking for Danny Dimes, like I think we're gonna have a solid offense. It lives and dies with them again. Because if they fuck it up like they did in the beginning of last season, then that spirals out of control and it can get ugly quick, like we saw. So hopefully they figured those issues out. I know the judge like retired two of these guys basically. Two of the guys during camp were like, "Oh, I don't want to do that." I think it was Looney from the Cowboys that signed with us, just like, "Oh yeah, I just do want to run laps," and they were like, "All right, well, later, dude." So Judge has got the guys that want to be there. He
picked on me. Oh, shut up.
We got fights going on, dude. I'm stoked. Like I'm just happy the Giants are back, and I'm definitely gonna be like glued to my TV or my iPad or my computer or whatever it is that I'm watching the game on Saturday.
But that fight situation that annoyed me, like because you had so many people on. I mean, I know, shocker. People on Twitter have bad takes. Who'd have thunk? But when I was like, oh, why is Joe Judge treating these people like kids? They're pro athletes. Well, because they got into a stupid, childish fight in training. Like, they're not professionals in that moment, so fuck them.
Yeah.
But I did post that video. I just imagined that. Do you remember from the MTV Movie Awards where they did The Matrix? Sean Paul. That's why I had in my head, like, Danny Dimes at the bottom. But... but anything else? Because so we've signed some more people. It's all looking good. I'm still goddamn hoping that Danny Dimes has an amazing season because I'm so.
It's gonna be this season. He's gonna bounce out. He's gonna break out. Leave it at Dimes.
So sick of the fucking miserable people who are just like, well, this is gonna be like if he doesn't make it this season, or he's blah blah blah. Why are you being so negative going into chill? Just fucking try and enjoy
that's not
your
like
life.
it's not like a new take, like find a new slant, bro. I get it. You watch ESPN, you just regurgitate what you saw on TV. Believe in something, man.
Or just support the team. Stop being so miserable.
Yeah. Don't be a dick.
Be a dick. Speaking of not being miserable, I mean, is there much more to say right now? Because I know it's still... I think the hot takes are going to be from after we see what the people are going to be doing on the field in the next couple of weeks. Is there anything else that stands out to you about the Giants that you're kind of excited about?
No, we'll break down like the first preseason game as much as we can, and then if anything else has happened, I don't see a ton of stuff that we don't need to get into X's and O's too much this week.
was going to bring up the playboard. Oh, so I think if this guy...
This is... Yeah, maybe we don't do that this week. We'll say that for next week.
I think I might be able to, like, you could like share the screen and we could really get some funky things on
You definitely could.
Maybe not. Maybe I've got to set when I really get exposed for not knowing much about what I'm talking about. But speaking of being miserable and negative towards the team you support, I'm going to be negative and miserable about the team I support in West Ham United. What the... Like, okay. Pre-season, we have done very, very well. Benihana seems to be finally...
Happy birthday today, by the way.
Did you see
On your
that video
volcanoes
he
for
posted?
everybody.
Did you see that video he put? That was a bit of a over-the-top birthday celebration for him. Did you see that?
I didn't see.
He has like a clear plastic... Well, I don't know what it was made of, but it's a clear throne with his name on it. And then besides it was a giant S and a giant B. And it was like gold thing. It's like... But he was on his own. He was on his own though, so it was just either like him and his missus, I guess, who went through all this trouble just for this Twitter video. Just what's wrong with a cake and some candles?
Dude, let him do what he wants, bro.
But
as long as he scores goals, I'm cool.
But I was right though, because I said it last year and I said it a million times that once he finally scores his goal, that's it. It's gonna unleash the real Sideburn, and I was going to rule the real Sideburn Rama. Please stand up. Now he's got the Slim Shady bleach blonde hair. But I haven't obviously been watching all the games, all 90 minutes, but I've been watching highlights of the preseason games. He is really coming out of his shell. He's been fantastic.
Yeah, dude.
This preseason.
And I mean, obviously we're not bringing Lingard back. God damn it! Like I don't know. Like that ship sailed, I think. But if we could get somebody to produce over there, like that would be awesome. We're gonna lose that threat that Lingard posed, but if Antonio can stay healthy, so like I don't know. I would assume Antonio plays in 75% of the games this year.
Yeah,
70% of the EPL games at least. We definitely need as much offense as we can have going forward there. I know we got Suchek and everybody up there, but I'm hoping that it looks like Bowen's been looking good in preseason as well. I really think that the guys that we need to step up, they are. I feel like will. I think Connor Coventry even. We were going to loan him out, and Moyes was like, no. Actually, let's hold off on the loan. We need to keep him. I mean, that also means that we're not just signing anybody. So he was just like, damn it, all right, we'll keep Connor then. But it's good to see him staying up with the squad too. At least that shows that they have a lot of faith in them, and also that our owners are cheap.
Yeah, and he came out on the Sky Sports interview in the UK saying how obviously he wants to add more. Competition to the squad, but he was also I can't guarantee anything. So yeah, I think we need that because I worked it out. Minimum, like literally bare minimum, we are playing 46 games next year, and that is obviously 38 Premier League games, and that's if we get knocked out in the group stage in the Europa League and we get knocked out in the first round of both cups. So that is like a bare minimum 46 games. But I mean, realistically,
It's like 55-ish games probably.
So yeah, I mean, if
We're in the 50s.
realistically, we're gonna worst case scenario because of all the other teams that are in the Europa League. Worst case scenario, we're probably gonna finish worst case third in the group, which would then put us in the Europa Conference League knockout. So it's at least another 2 games there. And it's
50-ish games.
50-ish games, and we still have, well, technically no out-and-out strikers in the squad, which I almost appreciated it, though, when they was like, I guess David Moyes was like, hey, I need a new number 9 for my squad, and so I was like, hey, Antonio, do you want to change your number to number 9? There you go, pow, got you a new number 9. Oh, well, he was already in the squad. Nope, got you a new number 9.
New jersey. Everybody hold the jersey up. There's your video. Done.
New player, new signing.
Okay, it doesn't work. Okay. Yeah, they changed everybody's numbers around. I think Ben Rama changed his number.
to 22.
Did Sufal change his number? Somebody changed it. Like there were a couple of guys that changed their numbers.
I think it was only Antonio and Benrahma.
Okay.
Think. Oh no, someone or did someone? No, yeah, sorry. Yeah, so Antonio took Benrahma's number 9 shirt, and Benrahma went to 20. I want to say 22.
Okay.
But it's just like his dad's number or something like that. But so far with the transfer window, that's glitch out a bit.
No.
So we have 6 new signings to West Ham this year so far. And this is including Craig Dawson, because technically we signed him in this transfer window because he lost money last year. But we have Alfonso Areola, nipple goalkeeper.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's
PSG,
probably the biggest one.
Yes. I'm happy about that one. But then we have Pierre Ekwa from Chelsea, but he's just going to play in the under-23s. Thierry Nevers, again another 19-year-old player from Reading. Armstrong Okaflex, 19-year-old from Celtic. And Brian Kinnair, goalkeeper from Rangers, who's also about like 18. So we bolstered up at under-23s, but realistically, I mean, I'll try to stay positive. I'm thinking maybe, hey, we're just signing all these under-23s because
our future.
We're now going to start bringing up some from our squad this year, so we're going to give the youth a chance. But it's as positive as I try to be. It's like, we need more, really.
But they're not going to be able to do that now. It's not like they can go out really and just like how long is the window open for? I don't know these things.
I think it's closed. Actually, where is it? Because I want to say it closes before the first game. So I think it's like a week, less than a week.
But we're not going to sign anybody then. And if we do, it's going to be somebody like last second. But like it's not like you're going to be able to bring in a ton of depth. And that closes until about Christmas, right?
Oh, okay. So it looks like the transfer window ends on the 31st of August. So we've still got time. But yeah, it's still not a good look right now.
And with Europa, you would have thought we would have added a lot more than that. But I don't know. Maybe they see something we don't. They did last year, or it just worked out for them at least.
It's the only. I guess it's a good and bad thing, is because with like Pellegrini and Bilic before him, they would be like, okay, we're not getting what we want, but we need players in this position, so they will just get anyone. Whereas David Moyes seems to be like, well, if I can't get what I want, then I'm not getting anything. So
no, yeah, I'm not just gonna add a player.
Which I like that in theory, but I just see it in the like we're gonna Antonio's gonna get injured the first couple of games of the season, and we're gonna be fucked.
Why the fuck couldn't we just sign Jesse, dude? They didn't even move him. Why? It makes no sense.
He's either going to get sold to someone, or they're going to sign him to a new deal, and he's going to sit on the bench for another year. I don't know what happened there. But apparently, I guess Ole Gunnar Solskjaer must have said something to him, and he's happy to stay. But realistically, with the players they brought in,
there's not really a spot for him.
No, there's not. So, because I think where he plays, ideally, they have Bruno Fernandes, and I don't think Bruno Fernandes is as good as everyone fucking hypes him up to be, because, oh, look at all the goals he scores, and yeah, he scored like 20 goals last year, but 18 of them were penalties, so it's like, relax. But I think he starts over Jesse on the Man United team. So,
yeah, I do too.
So I don't know whether it was his idea, or whether West Ham couldn't pay the money that they wanted, or I don't know.
Are we getting sold? Are we set? Like, what is this PIE, PEI?
PAI investments? I don't know. So they seem pretty confident, because the owners of the London Stadium have already agreed in principle to sell the stadium to them if they get if they get control over West Ham. So I just thought that was a bit weird though, how they've had talks with the stadium owners before they've made any headway in this deal to take over West Ham. But
Unless they already have and we just don't know about it.
I just don't know this. But because apparently they've put in a bid and they've shown proof that they have the money to spend, I really don't understand what is stopping Golden Sullivan from selling the club, because they must know that they are generally, majority of the fan base hated. So if they can get their money, I don't know why. I mean, because I believe they are West Ham fans. I believe that. But even as myself, if I'm a West Ham fan and I own West Ham, but I'm just getting so much hatred from the fan base.
You just sell it just to get them off your back.
You know what? Yeah, it's not worth it. I don't want to ruin my love or whatever. I'll just get rid of it and as long as I get my money, I'm happy. But they seem to be, because I'm hopeful in that maybe things are further along than they let on, because maybe that's why there wasn't money to sign Jesse Lingard or whatever, because maybe they're like, hey, I'm not going to spend my money on transfers because I'm going to be selling the club in a couple of weeks. So
that's what I'm hoping, and then they sell it soon, and then they're like, hey, let's just buy everybody.
I mean, we missed the trick on Messi. That'd have been good. That'd have been a good first move.
That would have been sick. Would have been sick.
That was a whole strange fucking situation with Messi. Like, he's gone to PSG. But why? Because
you're gonna crush it every year. Like, you already, like, is it them and Martial and Leon are like the only like
is it Lille that won the French league last year?
I don't know.
They were like basically the French version of Leicester City. Like, what? They won? Oh my god.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, it's usually like PSG, and they just got like the best soccer player on earth. So like, okay, they're gonna win again this year. Him, Neymar, Mbappe. How are they not gonna score 1 billion goals? They're probably gonna win the Champions League.
You think?
Thank God we're not in the Champions League this year. I'm betting PSG to win the Champions League.
But I mean, on the side, people have been saying, why would PSG spend, I think it works out with a signing on bonus and his salary, it's like basically 50 million that they're spending on Messi over the course of his 2-year contract. I think it's a 2-year contract, I think. But, I mean, let's be realistic. Like, you know how it works around the world. I bet within the first week, they make that money back in shirt sales. People
they probably already have, dude. I'm like pre-ordered shit. Like
so
1,000,000% they make that money back right away.
Like, I remember few years ago when Neymar signed for PSG. Like, in the town where my wife's parents live, you'd never see a soccer shirt around. It was almost like a week after Neymar signed for PSG. I saw so many people just walking around with a PSG jersey with Neymar on. I was like, what the fuck? Like, if you get the right player, people spend money on that. And
I own a PSG jersey. I own very few non-West Ham jerseys. Like, most of them are USA jerseys. But I have an Ajax one. There's like an alternate kit. It's like a training kit, but it looks cool. It was like gold, and I think Ajax looks cool. And then I have a PSG one because I liked that Jordan brand one when they were in the Champions League, that black and white one. I thought that was pretty sick. I didn't get anybody's name on it. I just got a blank jersey, but it was like Jordan started sponsoring him.
I thought you just said you didn't own a PSG jersey.
I said I do own a PSG jersey.
I was like, I don't own a PSG.
I don't own a lot. I don't own a lot of non-West Ham jerseys. Is what I said.
No, I think back in the day, I think I might have owned a Barcelona jersey at some point, just because I thought it looked cool.
I have Dynamo jerseys too. I have a couple of Dynamo jerseys.
Of course. But yeah. But I mean, let's put the negativity aside. Let's look forward this Sunday. Sunday. West Ham kick off the Premier League season. Well, not kick off. They kick off their Premier League season.
They start their year, yeah.
Sunday, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 o'clock Central, and which would mean that's 2 p.m. British time. West Ham versus Newcastle. First proper game of the season for West Ham. What do you think? Because I remember last season we started the season with Newcastle when got bitch slapped.
We also made Europa last season, so 100% of the last time we've played Newcastle as our opener, as far as I can remember, then we've made Europa League. So it looks like we're gonna have another solid season. Probably top 6 finish. I think we're gonna win though. We're gonna win. This is a different West Ham team. This is a West Ham team with big dick energy this year. All right, we're gonna carry some big dick energy out there, and I think we're gonna fuck Newcastle up.
Because even though we have a very similar looking West Ham because of the players involved, I think it is going to be a slightly different because from what I saw and heard during the preseason, I think Lanzini's been playing in a slightly different position where he's kind of more pulled back into the midfield, so he's kind of playing with Rice and Souček. It's kind of being that middleman. So it's gonna be, I guess, maybe like what is it? The diamond formation with like Antonio up top, and then maybe Benrahma and someone else, and then Lanzini being that middleman between the Rice and Souček. But I think Benrahma has to start.
I don't mind that. I think you start him in the beginning of the season for sure, and just Moyes has a kind of a short leash on him. At least he did at the end of last year. I don't know. He's like in the preseason. Maybe he's entirely changed his tune on him. Like Benrahma's given him a reason to, and if he can continue, and it's just like that's what like he can just be our one of our top contributors goals wise this season. Like I think like that's gonna be super beneficial, especially in the EPL while we're having to share everything else with Europa as well. There's going to be games where we need everybody to be able to kind of carry the team, and if Benrahma can do that a lot more than last year, where he had 1 goal the final game of the season. Right?
Yeah, sorry. I just got distracted. Because I didn't want to be rude for our live viewers and get up mid-show to get another beer. I brought 2 beers into my little office studio. And apparently it's hotter in here than I thought, because even though this beer's only been sitting here 30 minutes, it's
warm now. It's a warm beer.
Yummy! Whatever, I'll drink it. Never waste a beer. I guess the main prediction to put yourself out there on is first game of the season. Do you start Fabianski or Areola?
Dude, I don't know, man. I'm Team Fabes, obviously, but like I think you signed Areola. He's gonna start. He's your number 1, right?
Because he's what 28, and Fabianski's what 34.
Right, and dude, also like just like. I know it was like, did we need another keeper? I don't know, but like, I think that like that is worth the money we spent. Honestly, just because like Fabianski's kind of been injury prone the last couple of years, and it wasn't like super extended injuries. It was 2 years ago, but last year, likely it wasn't like a super long extended period of time. And Darren Randolph was a solid guy to fill in, but like I don't want Darren Randolph starting Europa games, and I'm so happy that like we have the depth at keeper now. Like Darren Randolph is cool. But like I was shitting my pants when we were playing Tottenham, and they're like, "Oh, also in warm-ups, Fabianski injured himself, and now it's Darren Randolph." I was like, "Wait, no!" And then we went on to dominate, and I mean, we did the double against Tottenham last year, obviously, as everybody knows. Or no, we didn't. It counts as a win because it was a tie win. It was a draw win.
Yeah.
All right. We stole a point. It was the West Ham double, is what we'll call it.
Yeah.
But I think that. Yeah, I think having the backup as a keeper, or having a backup keeper that could be Fabianski or Areola, and like the fact that you can swap them in and out throughout the season, like you can ride the hot hand kind of if you want to go hockey style like that. Like I don't know. I think the Areola though is going to be the one guy.
Yeah, I think Ariola's going to start in the league, and I think Fabianski's going to be the backup / cup goalkeeper. And I think, like I said, I think he's at this point.
But Fabianski in a cup game is sick though.
Yeah, I would be super, and I think that's maybe because at the end of the day, he is in the twilight of his career. Obviously, goalkeepers can play longer than our outfield players, but realistically, he's not going to play for another big team after us. So I think as long as we keep playing European football, like I say, if even we lose all of our European games and cup games, he's still going to get at least 8 games in goal. I think he'd be happy with that, playing in Europe as the backup. Yeah. So I think that's the best for him, because as we've seen in the last couple of years, he can't, unfortunately, play 38 games in the league. So I think that's the best option. But, yeah, respect for him.
And then do you, like I don't understand how they work with keepers where, like, depending at a certain point, like, Ariela's going to start in, like, Europa if we get to a point. Then, like, do you swap, like, Fabianski in if it's a game against Norwich on Wednesday, and then you have Europa against, I don't know, insert random team from like the Czech Republic that'll probably be in there or something like that. Like, do you swap it at a certain point? Like, I don't know how they play. I don't know how coaches do that with keepers. I'm not new enough. I'm not old. I haven't known this sport long enough. At least West Ham hasn't been good enough for me to know this.
Yeah, this is uncharted water for a long time, West Ham. But yeah, I could see, depending on how we're performing in the league, I could see a potential if we advance through into Europa League, say quarterfinals. I could see a position where Moyes goes, okay, let's do the big swapsy, and okay, Ariola, you're in goal because you're our best goalkeeper or number one goalkeeper, and Fabianski, you're starting this weekend in the Premier League. I think that makes sense, but it depends. I'm just worried that, I don't think I think at the end of the day, yes, we haven't added really much depth to the squad, or any depth to the squad other than goalkeeper position, but we still have the same squad of very good players.
Right.
So
with more experience together.
Some people have been pointing out saying, because of the extra games and blah, 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 is this going to be the European curse and the West Ham going to be in the relegation fight this year?
Positive vibes only.
Yeah, unless we don't add any more players, I could definitely see us not having the same season we did last year.
No, we're going to though.
But worst case scenario, I think we'll finish like between 8th and 12th. I don't think we're going to be in a relegation battle because we still have the quality of players.
Yeah,
but it's one of those things. If you can't look ahead of 46 games because just with one freak injury, and then that changes fucking everything. So who knows?
We had a lot of injury luck last year where we didn't have too many guys go down. Hopefully, we have that same kind of thing again.
We just need to stop scoring own goals and getting people sent off.
That too.
So if we can avoid Mike Dean, then
for the whole season,
we're good
probably,
to go.
and Kavanaugh.
Yeah, if we don't have them referee any of our games, we could potentially win the league this year. Who knows?
Probably.
And the Europa League, double. We'll take it. We'll take everything.
And the FA Cup.
And the Carabao. Is it the Carabao Cup still? I don't know.
Something like that.
I remember back in my day, it used to be called the Coca-Cola Cup, and it was so much cooler sounding.
It does sound cooler.
The Carabao Cup.
I don't even know what Carabao is. Eventually, it's like an energy drink, apparently. I learned that last year.
It's like a cheap man's Red Bull.
We don't drink that here. I don't even know if they sell it here. I don't think they do.
But speaking of full circle, Red Bull, I was so upset when their bid to take over West Ham got turned down. That'd have been cool as fuck.
That would have been tight.
Because say whatever you want about Red Bull, they look after their brands.
They do. They care.
The shit out of that.
They'll buy a bunch of shit for you. A bunch of nice stuff.
Because I know with their investment in Formula One, Because I remember I don't know if do you follow Formula One or keep up with Formula One?
Not really.
Oh, okay, so Red Bull were dominant for about 4 or 5 years, and then Mercedes suddenly became dominant, and Red Bull were threatening to pull out of Formula One because basically they're children. They're like, if I'm not going to win it, I don't want to do it. Which is a great mentality to have if they're owning your football club, because they're like, fuck it, we want to win. Here's some more money. Win. Keep going. That'd have been awesome. But people were afraid that we were going to be cool, because obviously their branding is like Red Bull, New York Red Bulls, and blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Oh, we're going to be called the London Red Bulls or something?
The West Ham Red Bulls.
But I think our kit would look tight as fuck with, instead of Betway, the Red Bull logo. That would look tight as shit.
That would be pretty cool. Were you a Red Bulls or NYCFC guy? Yeah, I mean, or do you just not give two shits about the MLS? I've been betting it, so I sort of care a little bit more, but
I have no idea
Dynamo
what's been going on in it. But if I had to pick, I'm a Red Bulls guy because I was a big Red Bull fan in Formula One, so I was like, oh, New York Red Bulls, they're my team. And then I think I was a Red Bulls fan before NYCFC was even a thing. So I stay, got to stay true to my. You can't switch teams, so
that's fair.
And I've been to one Red Bulls game, and they beat the Galaxy 2-0. So
that's pretty cool.
I'm their lucky charm.
There you
go. Plus, when they score a goal, they play Balls on Parade by Rage Against the Machine, which is cool as fuck. So.
Oh, that is really cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So.
That's one more reason to root for the Red Bulls instead of NYCFC.
Is the MLS season still going, or is that?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's like right in the middle of it, I think.
Ooh, maybe I'll check it out.
Yeah, Dynamo are not doing well.
But before we are going off on a tangent here, but this is my venting about. Because here is why America's stupid, because it's too goddamn big. And so you have your local TV networks. And so when the Red Bulls are playing at home, even if a major network is carrying the game, they have the local blackout.
Oh, because you can't stream it because you don't have cable. That's why.
So
that's why you don't cut the cord, dude.
Even if what is it? What does MLS on? Is that Fox or ESPN?
I think it's ESPN.
So let's just say ESPN is showing the Red Bulls game, but they're playing in New Jersey. I can't watch that on the ESPN app because of the local blackout. So I have to watch it on, I think it's MSG Network. Is that the local affiliate here?
Or okay, yeah.
So, but they don't have a fucking Roku app. So rather than enjoying this game on my TV, I have to sit there with my iPhone and watch this.
Yeah, they made it kind of difficult. Like they're trying to get eventually we're gonna get caught up with this, but like that's why. And you're not one of those people that talk shit about like, oh, I cut the cord and I haven't missed it yet. But it's like, that's why I don't cut the cord, because I can just be like, oh, the Dynamo. And not that I watch the Dynamo if they're on and I'm paying attention. And it's like, but they're on Quest TV and you have to like be in your home on your Wi-Fi to stream it, or you have to have the cable. And it's like, okay, I'll just throw it on TV. Like, I like just being able to do that. I don't want to miss an event or a sporting event because of it.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I don't have the streaming thing.
Cutting the cord is bullshit, because there's so many times where I have to what do I want to watch? What is that? Is that Netflix? Is that Prime?
Oh yeah, you had to like
is that
look
Apple?
it up.
Is that Disney Plus? Is that Peacock?
You're
I don't
searching for
know.
15 different apps. Yeah.
It's so annoying because we was watching. What was we? We got into a show, but then we stopped watching it. I think it was like So we have a insider with my friend. So we have a thing called did you ever watch the Great British Bake Off?
I know what it is. I've not watched it.
Okay. So we call shows like that like they're the Great British Fake Offs. So you have like Lego Masters and all that. So basically the same fucking show, but it's like slightly different topic. And there was one we was watching where it was dog groomers. And each week it would be like this week you have to groom this dog to make it out like a food item and shit. It was like the weirdest fucking shit ever. But we was like binge watching it, and then we forgot about it. But then it's that rather than just searching for it, you be like, what was that on? What was we watching?
Yeah.
We have to Google it, and it's like, this is too much effort. Fuck's sake. Oh, yeah. Don't cut the cord. Or if you are going to cut the cord, get YouTube TV. I think that's probably the best. Even though it's expensive,
There you go.
It's the closest thing to cable you're going to get. It's cool. But there you go. So, yeah. In summary, West Ham are going to win against Newcastle.
I'm going to say 2-1. We're doing predictions, 2-1.
I was going to go 2-0. I
I think 2-1. It's early in the season. I feel like, watch, we'll go down 1-0, and we'll see this team's got a little heart. Actually, I don't want to go down 1-0, but like that'd be very West Ham to start the season off 1-0.
And I'm even going to go so far as to predict that the goal scorers, Antonio and Benrahma, are going to get one each.
I'm going to say Benrahma and Suchek.
Ooh.
Onion Volcanoes all around, though. If he scores on the opener, I am going to Benihana to get Onion Volcanoes, okay? Or I'll make damn Onion Volcano.
Benihana, listen. This is a great opportunity for a sponsorship deal here. Like, imagine if we could do like, hey, if Benrahma scores, go to your local Benihana and say, Claret and Big Blue Podcast sent you, and you get 10% off your bill. That'd be great.
That'd be pretty sick.
Come on, Benihana.
Listen, Benihana, do it.
Come to us. We can make shit happen. There's literally tens of people listening to this. You could get their custom. Well, there you go. Whew. I'm hot.
All right.
Right. I think that wraps it up nicely. But I mean, obviously, it's a nice little get back in the swing of things. Episode 1 of season 2, I guess. Next week's when the real shit goes down, because we actually get to talk about an actual West Ham game, competitive game, obviously, and we know, West Ham are Betway champions of the world.
That's true.
Being Atalanta 2-1.
I mean,
2-0.
all my teams are winning stuff, man. USA's winning the Olympics. We're winning the Gold Cup. We're winning the Nations League. Winning the Betway Cup. Probably going to win the EPL. Probably going to win
the Super Bowl.
The Europa League. And the Giants win the Super Bowl. So it's looking like a great year.
Real talk.
It's our year.
Absolutely shocked if the Giants don't make the playoffs this year.
We're going to, dude. I was on Beer Sports Whatever last night. This is Claire Big Blue. I was on Beer Sports. They all blend in after you do. Just like I'm doing 6 again. Not to brag, but
I was on Claret and Beer and Whatever last night.
He was like, I don't think the Giants are going to be very good this next year. I was like, dude, I think they're under the radar, bro. Don't sell them short. I mean, do sell them short. That's what we want everybody to do. But I was like, they'll fuck around getting the playoffs. I think they're a playoff team.
But I mean, that's a good thing. If other people and other teams think we're going to do trash, good. Think that.
Keep doubting us.
That's like
fuel that fire.
I didn't understand when people were like Chelsea fans and Man United fans who would be like, "Oh, why is Declan Rice valued at 100 million? He's not even that good." And people would argue with them. Like, no, let them think he's not that good. Okay, don't sign him then. I don't care. We'll keep him. Like, whatever. Like, why would you argue with that? Like, whatever.
Right.
Fuck off. Stay away from our players. Okay, so Podcast King. We got some more content. If you do want to listen to more of us, we're kind of like swingers. We get together once a week, but we do our own thing on the side.
Yeah.
We're podcast swingers. Hashtag podcast swingers.
Tomorrow, seems weird. Don't go with that. I don't like that.
No, we're not gonna run with that. We're not gonna get that T-shirt.
It's a whole different kind of vibe. I feel like we're putting out though if we say that.
Well, then we might get a whole new audience. Who knows?
That would be. I don't think they're gonna find what they came here looking for though.
I'm gonna clip this. What is it? 49 minutes. And I'm gonna use hashtag podcast swingers and see what happens. Let's see.
All right, we'll see.
But so new episode of Pass the Gravy coming out tomorrow. What have the Gravy Gang got in store with that show?
I mean, we're gonna tell you guys what's not cool this week. We're gonna talk about things Jesus might do if he found himself in today's times. Obviously, we're gonna celebrate winning the Olympics, being the world champs of the world, and talk a little Field of Dreams because they're gonna play that game. The Yankees and White Sox are gonna play a game in the Field of Dreams, and just all kinds of other stuff. A little football, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Tune in to Pass the Gravy at Pass the Gravy Pod on Twitter and Instagram, and then if you watch the show Big Brother. At Pass the Gravy Bro. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram as well. And if you don't, check out Big Brother. It's a dope show. You can binge it all on Paramount Plus, and then listen to the podcast and keep up. We do live episodes after each episode of Big Brother. We do it on Facebook Live.
When's the next episode of Big Brother?
Tomorrow night and then Thursday night. Sundays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays.
I'm gonna watch it tomorrow.
You should catch up first. You're not going to get it if you just watch it.
I'm not gonna catch up on a month of Big Brother.
You could burn through it.
Oh, I don't know.
But you were just saying how bored you are. Watch Big Brother.
It's not necessarily a case of me being bored. It's have I got enough
Caught
time?
up. Just look on YouTube. You can find like recaps.
If I do,
You'll get sucked in and you'll like it.
you have to. If I do, you have to let me in on your show tomorrow night.
If you catch up on the entire season, if you
Right
watch
past-
every episode of
That's
it, yes.
so many episodes. I'm not gonna be able to do that. There's no-
When you do it, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. But like, you can watch on stuff on YouTube. You can catch up and see they summarize the weeks.
All right, and then what do I have to
Or
give you? Like
just listen to every episode of Pass the Gravy Bro.
So I have to give you like 1,000-word essay on
Yeah,
Bro so far. To
exactly.
qualify it. But anyway, but I do like the fact that it's, you obviously haven't got much planned for tomorrow's episode of Pass the Gravy where you just kind of just named your segments. So we're gonna talk about what would Jesus do and
Well, those have been killing it lately. So I got some ideas I want to throw out, and we'll discuss.
I mean, how long has that been a segment? It's been like a few years, right? That's
So over a year. Well,
a public segment.
we did it, and people got mad, and I was like, well, I'm only gonna do it until people keep submitting stuff, and so everybody just kept submitting stuff, so it keeps going.
What would Jesus do if he was
Hashtag PTGWWJD. It was I think the rings is what I said he would do.
No, I'm just thinking like, no,
Jim.
would he actually? Would he be like, "Fuck it, I'm Jesus, I'm gonna fucking boss this and win a gold medal," or would he feel
He's
bad and he would be like, "I'll get the silver. I'll let this guy get the gold because I'm Jesus."
No, I think he's perfect. He'd go for perfection.
Oh, imagine if Jesus came back and then like won Olympic gold and like literally just, like, did the suck it like, boom, I'm Jesus, bitch, boom. You can't beat me. That'd be awesome. If Jesus came back and he was a dick. That would be awesome. Oh, I'd be there for that. I would be. But yeah, then, yeah.
It'd be interesting. It'd be an interesting thing to see.
Interesting. Hashtag Jesus suck it.
Whoa.
Then I'm coming up with some fire hashtags tonight. But then also check out a new episode of What Box coming out tomorrow, where we are talking about Suicide Squad. New movie came out. And then also Steven Seagal somehow staying relevant. We're going to be talking about him being scammed by some cryptocurrency. That's pretty fun.
Ooh.
Pretty fun.
Ooh.
Just for the thumbnail of that, I had to do some Google image searches of Steven Seagal. Dude, that guy, I'm not even like fat shaming. He's not fat. He's just bloated.
He got big.
Like,
he got big.
He doesn't look fat. He just looks bloated. Like, it's weird. If you look it up, if you listen to this, Google image search Steven Seagal. It's weird. He looks weird, but whatever. He's doing his thing. So yeah, that wraps it up for episode 1. Technically episode 36, but episode 1 of season 2 Claret and Big Wheel podcast, previewing the future of the NFL season. Big times coming next week where we actually get to talk about an actual competitive West Ham game, and we're going to talk about why after the Giants beat the Jets preseason, why that means we're going to win the Super Bowl.
Yep.
But and then also don't forget
Seahorses forever.
Yeah, I'm going to keep that going. But until then, make sure you follow us at C&BB Pod. Go to get the Viva La Dime shirt. Note that, wait, there we go. Boop. At merch.cbbpod.com. Follow us at Mr. Mike Fish, at Alex J. Middleton. And until then, we will see you next Tuesday.